Okay, Clark, it is Monday. The shippers are coming on Wednesday. So I just did a quick little mock-up of what your game's gonna look like when it shows up. So it's gonna have a lot more stretch wrap on it. I just put one loop so I could just show you how this is. But it's gonna show up like this. It should show up with the legs on, the head down. Actually, the key, which will be the coin door key, I will actually use like a twist tie and tie it right to the handle. So you have to undo that and take it out. Okay. So let's just put the coin door key in here first, and it says, you know, Star Wars coin door. These double bitted ones are always fun to get in there. Okay, so shows up like this. What do? First thing is move it to the position where you want it in the house. Okay, find the spot where you want it. Once you got it to where you want it, you know, you could a couple different things. Number one, you got to pull the, yeah, they always look kind of bad in the back. Pull out the power cord. Okay, so power cord's gonna come out. Should be about 6 feet that hangs out. If it's really short, that means it's wrapped around something on the inside. So you're gonna have to, you know, untangle it from whatever's on the inside. But then just plug that into an outlet. So I'll just plug it in. You can still do this with the head down and the power off. Oh. Okay, so I should plug in. Now, like I said, I've got it to where I want it. I'm gonna undo the head, undo the stretch wrap. Okay, now you're gonna lift up on the head. Okay, now lift up. Now, here's the thing. You wanna be careful that you get these tubes, and see there's sometimes little wires hanging out here. You wanna get them back down in here and get this to sit flat on this without pinching anything, okay? And this little receiver right here lines up with this, and that's your locking mechanism for locking the head down. So I'm gonna pick it up and then make sure those tubes go back in nice and carefully. That wire doesn't get pinched. See what I'm doing here? And boom, it is down. Okay, now it's rocky because I haven't latched it. So inside your coin door, and I'm gonna stick this on top of your magnet so it doesn't move around. It's just stuck there with magnetism. It's this Allen wrench key, okay? Allen wrench key. And if I didn't show you in the first video, that's your volume control right there. That thing is your volume. You just twist it up and down for a higher or lower volume, okay? So come back to the back of your game with your Allen wrench key, and it kind of says it on here, unlatched, latched. So you can just stick it in and then turn it, and that's latched. And now I can't, I'm pushing on it and it doesn't move. And you can just leave that stuck in there the whole time you got the game. Don't even worry about it. That way you don't lose it. Okay, now that you got that, the head key is right here. If you ever need to open up the head, and that goes up in here. I think I showed you this in the last video, but yeah, once you stick that in there, you can just leave it in there. It'll stay in there. And that's that. The balls will still be in it. So then you just turn it on. Make sure it starts up. And that's it. Close your coin door and push start. For a 1-player game, or twice, or 3 times for a 3-player game, or 4 times for a 4-player game, and then you're good to go. And then you're playing. Okay, so now I wanted to show you something else. Lamp sockets. So essentially, there's 4 different kinds of bulbs in your game. Okay, we got the main bulbs, which are, this is a 44. That's a 555. These 2 bigger ones, that's a 906 and that's an 89. Those are just number designations for the size and voltage of your lamps. Okay, now here's the different lamp sockets. So the 44 here goes in this one, and there's a couple different variations of this, but essentially it just goes in and twists. You know, it's self-explanatory on that one. Your 89, the two bigger ones are your flashers. That same thing, just goes in, and then you just twist. Turn and twist. You gotta push down and twist, because they got a little spring tension in there that holds it nice and tight. Now the other thing is these 555s and these 906s, they essentially have the exact same size base, but you can't interchange the bulbs. One's 12 volts and one's 6 volts. If for some reason you get them mixed up, you're not going to hurt the game. You're just going to blow your bulb up. If you put the 12 volt in the 6, it's not going to work. And if you put the 6 in the 12, it's going to work like super bright for about a minute until it burns out. And these ones go in a couple different kinds of lamp sockets in your game. A lot of these twisting style ones right here, where you can see the prongs. Here's the trick with these bulbs though. Sometimes it looks like the bulb is burned out, but it's not. I'm going to try and set this up here so you can actually see this. But on the bottom of the bulb, there's little wires. See that wire right there? And on the other side, there's the wire right there. So the trick is, if I get it back in focus here, is to take the wire on the bottom and kind of bend it out so it's hanging out a little bit, like that. Okay? And then when you put it in your lamp socket with the wire hanging out like that, it's nice and tight. And I need a third hand. And then you just push it in and you'll hear it clip. And it's nice and tight. Okay? And actually your 906s do the same thing. You know, you got the little wire. You know, if you want to make it have a really good connection, you just pop them out a little bit. Other side, just pop it out a little bit. You know, and you can see that they're kind of popped out. And then when you go to stick it into your lamp socket, like that one, if they're sticking out, they're going to touch better. And you push it in, and then they're in. Now these are probably not going to burn out for a long time, but I'm just showing you, you know, at some point in time you're going to have to change a bulb. You know, and if you get a couple more games, you don't know, you know, there's like 130 or 150 bulbs in the game. So eventually some are going to start, you know, burning out or getting loose. And that's it. I can't really think of anything else to show you at this time. But if you think of something else that you want to see, let me know. Thanks.